Hey, this is a whole new class series that I created. So, why investing changes in retirement? We've got to explore this so we understand that shift that should be happening as you're transitioning. So, let's get started with part one here. Emotions, we all have them. Some of us are better at hiding them than others. The reality is when you retire, you have more time to pay attention, and that drives some people nuts immediately. Right? They start paying attention to their account every day and they see it go up and then down and up and down. And they go, oh, God, they never paid attention to it before. So just simple little things like that are one of the reasons investing changes. Then you've got the fact that you are actually relying on that savings for the rest of your life. That pressure just mounts and, oh, I can't handle the ups and downs. Then there's the, I don't know how long I'm going to live. All these different emotions are coming at us. And then there's the, well, what am I supposed to do with this? What if I live to 100? What if I live to 105? What if I only plan to 90 and live to 100? What if I plan to 100 and only live to 90, but I wanted to spend all my money? I don't know how to do this. And then what about paying for long-term care? I think that's going to cost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so I got to preserve all my savings just for the end. These are all common thoughts, common fears, common things that we address when we start heading into retirement. We have to be aware that all these emotions are going to come up. And it's preferred that we address some of these things before you walk off into retirement, right? That's something that should be openly talked about and addressed in a good plan. So, things that are going to help those emotions. This is so important. You have to sit down and do a financial assessment before you walk off into this world of emotions so you can have the knowledge that helps answer those questions. Okay? What are you going to have for guaranteed income in retirement? How much IRA savings do you have? How much Roth savings do you have? How much after-tax savings do you have? How much equity do you have in your house? You know, sit down, do the exercise, fill all these numbers in, figure that one out, because that becomes really important, knowing your resources as you're going to head off into retirement. Then look at the bigger picture. How much of your money should be in safe investments? How much should be in the stock market? And the key to this is never put yourself in a situation where you have to withdraw from losses. Okay? So if you've got plenty of guaranteed income to pay all your bills and you don't need to pull from your portfolio at all, you can have it all in the stock market. But the more you need your resources, the more you should have safe investments. That's going to be important. We're going to talk about that in part 2 and 3 of this. Next part is guaranteed income. Okay, this guaranteed income needs to pay the bills. So when we look at those base bills and fund money is where we enjoy our retirement. We need to figure out that relationship, right? How much is the guaranteed income and how much of that guaranteed income will pay the base living expenses? And is there some left over for fund money? We got to know these things, this guaranteed income relationship with these bills that we have to pay. We need to know our budget, okay? So list it all out. Start looking at the relationships now. We're looking at the relationship of safe investments versus stock market investments. We're looking at the relationship of the bills that we want and need to pay as opposed to our guaranteed income. Is that going to cover it? Okay. So that's what we have to do. Then there's math. There's black and white math that'll give you confidence. This is so important. You got to do the math and then keep doing it every year. This math really does help people when they understand it. As each year goes by, you have one less year of retirement ahead of you, right? That can be a little depressing, I know. But with investment growth, because I do this math at zero growth, if you've seen it before, okay, with investment growth comes larger withdrawals. Okay, because I do the math with zero growth. So if we get any growth, that gives us larger withdrawals, which then keeps us up with inflation. Okay, Equity in your house is going to be there for that long-term care. If you own your house free and clear, please remember that house is there. And if you need long-term care, you don't need that house anymore. You're going into long-term care. Okay, and if you're married, what about the first one? Well, I got to tell you, it almost never happens, because if you're married, you two take care of each other as long as you can. So the first one to go into long-term care isn't there very long. It's the surviving spouse that usually is the one we have to worry about. Okay. So the math is very simple. I do this a lot. I show this in a lot of videos because I need this to be drilled into people, because this math works, and it is an easy way for us to understand how much we can spend. It also shows us what our resources will provide us. Okay. Total up all of your monetary savings for retirement, your IRAs, your Roth, your brokerage accounts, your savings, your cash, whatever it is, saving, count it all up. Tell us how many years you have in retirement, and then divide those numbers. It's that simple. 1.4 million divided by 35 years in retirement. And I say, or years to 100. Then people comment below saying, nobody lives to 100, do it to 90. Well, do whatever number you want to do. I changed it, said, how many years are you going to have in retirement? You pick your own number. I don't care how long you're going to live. I like 100. That's just me. But I also try to follow Blue Zone, health codes and all that kind of stuff. So here's years in retirement. 1.4 divided by 35 equals $40,000 withdrawals. Okay, you can afford to pull $40,000 a year for 35 years before you're going to run out of money with 1.4 million. Okay, now count up your guaranteed income. In this example, it's 48,000. So withdraw from your portfolio 40, have guaranteed income of 48. That's a total total income you can have in retirement of 88. Okay, and your fund bills and I need to pay bills were only 80. Your desired budget was only 80. That means your resources exceed your needs. Now imagine a year from now, you're 34 years left in retirement, okay? And your 1.4 grew, it earned. So now you got more money up here, okay? You got less number here, which means the withdrawal will get bigger next year. And then again next year, and then again next year, and then again next year. And that's what helps us keep up with inflation. And it helps you keep an eye on this money and stay within a budget that's reasonable for your situation. Nobody can spend their last dollar on their last day. We don't have a little digital clock on our arm that says when we're going to expire. But we can do things like this that give us confidence, that allow us to freely spend some of this money. And that really is important in the early transition years to retirement. A lot of people need stuff like this. Maybe not you, but a lot of people do. And it helps, and it helps, and it helps, and it calms the nerves, and it says, I can do this, and I can enjoy my retirement. Let's go have fun. And that's the point of doing stuff like this. So hopefully that helps. This is what I love and what I specialize in. I love working with people, say 5 years before retirement on in through that transition to retirement. I really like that because to me, that's where our value is as advisors. We are here to really help in those circumstances. And so that's what this is all about. So the next one, I'm going to talk about why things change because of taxes. Taxation is different when you head off into retirement as opposed to your working years. So that's the next part of this that becomes really important to this puzzle. So if I can help out in any way, again, this is what I specialize in. This is what I love doing. Give us a call, shoot us an email, like our videos, comment below, anything, whatever. I love it. Shoot me questions. I'm happy to answer them. And we will see you next week for part 2.